Well, it's around 3:45 on day 2 of Smart Factory Expo, which means we're actually coming to the end of the event. But Siemens are in the house to have a chat with us. We've got Sarah Blacksmith, who has recently sat in on the Manufacturing Leaders Summit. Sarah, it's great to have you with us. I think first question would be, have you enjoyed the show so far?
Yeah, it's been brilliant. I've really enjoyed the expo and obviously the Leaders Summit. So 4 round tables down, and it's been some good conversations. It's been really interesting and lovely meeting lots of new people after 2 years. So yeah, it's been
fantastic.
brilliant.
Yeah, great to be out and about again, isn't it? Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
Could you just discuss the role of technology within the factory? How has it changed and how has it become so vital within the last few years or so?
I think people have realised that there's a lot of opportunity to improve productivity. Certainly we have anyway. So we weren't doing, if you go back 5-6 years, we weren't looking at things like advanced manufacturing, robotics, automation, and we weren't looking at digital enterprise opportunities. So it was around about that time, and we sort of head above the parapet, took people out of the day-to-day business and realised actually there was a lot to be gained for the business for it. So yeah, keeping us productive, and obviously in the UK as well. So I think that's the role of technology, to add productivity from my point of view.
What do you think it will take to fulfil the ambition of Smart Factory? How far away do you think we are from achieving the full potential?
I think it's interesting, of the round tables that we've had, there's been a bit of a split in terms of, some people are around collaboration. So we've been talking mainly around operational technology and IT, information technology, and wanting to pull those two teams together to actually lay the foundation for the Smart Factory. So that was what yesterday was all about. That the 2 sessions that we have were all about laying that foundation, and then today's session was a lot of we don't know what we need to do to get going. So I think there's a bit of a mismatch in terms of some people are already on that journey, and some people are still figuring out the best way to get started. Sure. So it's about laying the foundations, I think, was a lot of the discussions that we had, and what are the challenges with starting on that journey. So yeah.
If I could draw you on 5G and the potential of that within the manufacturing industry, can you just discuss some of the applications that could help unlock that?
Well, we've been talking about some of the applications across the last 2 days, and one of the interesting things that one of the participants on the round table said was that he was initially looking at putting Wi-Fi into his factories, and he had a number of different factories. Looked at the cost of doing it, and it was £500,000, and he said, well, I can't afford to do that across all these different factories. It would absolutely cost a fortune. And so that's one of the things that he's looking at now. Could the 5G network be an option for him, because it's a lot less costly, and a lot it will deliver the same solution as industrial Wi-Fi. We believe. I think it's still being sort of tested, isn't it? But so I think there's a lot of opportunity in factories that don't have that industrial Wi-Fi already set up to be a lot cheaper option. But yeah, in terms of not having all of the wires in, not hardwiring everything in your factory, there's a massive benefit there, and I think people are just sort of starting to get into what are more of the benefits, and autonomous vehicles, and actually being able to control remotely without having to wire everything up is a big deal in a factory, and with all the infrastructure costs that you then have to wire things up. I mean, whenever we're moving things at the moment in our factory, that's one of the biggest things as part of the lean cell designs is we need to engage with our MCore our teams for the real estate, and look at droppers coming down, because we're not a brand new site, so we've not embedded everything into the floor, so it's nice and easy. It's always a challenge. So yeah,
I think it's just the real benefit of summits like this, getting industry leaders in to debate, discuss, and to learn from each other. I mean, how great has that been to be able to do it now in a physical format rather than in front of a computer?
Oh, you don't have I mean, I think you guys have done a great job of hosting the virtual events when we've had to have those, but nothing beats actually talk. You can't have those conversations, can you? You can't you don't get that free flowing conversation because people don't want to be like, oh, put my hand up on Zoom or I'll put my hand up on Teams, you know, and then it's like, right, stop the conversation, such and such has got a question. It's sort of, it just breaks the whole flow of the conversation, doesn't it? And people they'll just sit there and listen and they won't contribute. And that's where the benefit comes, when everyone's chatting and you can actually learn things from other people. And you don't really get that when you've only got one person talking on a Zoom call, just because it's awkward interrupting, isn't it? Because you're like, oh, yeah, I've got a question, like, out of however many hundred are on the call. And so, yeah, it's been brilliant to get back to face-to-face. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, fantastic stuff to get the thoughts of Sarah from Siemens. Sarah, thank you for joining us. What are you looking forward to now until the end of the show? Are you coming along to the TMMX Awards?
Yeah, I'll be there tonight, so I'm looking forward to that. I was just going to go and try and catch a few people whilst I've got the opportunity before it all closes, and then I shall see you tonight. Yeah,
looking forward to it.
Yeah,
thank you very much for joining us, Sarah.
No problem. Thanks for having me, and thanks for putting on such a great event. It's been brilliant. Thank you.